Hi, my name is Brian Crane. I live in a little small town in South Mississippi near the Gulf of Mexico. But my presentation today will take us to a land far away, over 5,000 miles from here, the little country of Israel, Jerusalem, the holy city. The skyline of Jerusalem is dominated by a Muslim shrine called Kabat as-Shokra, better known to us as the Dome of the Rock. In a recent visit to Jerusalem, I noticed that from most vantage points around the city, the Golden Dome stands above all other structures. In fact, I found it very difficult to even take a picture of the city of Jerusalem, that the distinct blue and gold of the Dome of the Rock doesn't stand out among the earthy tones of the rest of the cityscape. As a Christian, I would much rather see the Jewish temple on this site, but nevertheless, it is a masterpiece of Islamic architecture. The Dome of the Rock was built by Caliph Abd al-Malik between 687 and 691 AD. Originally a mashad, a shrine for pilgrims, the Dome of the Rock was commissioned for not only religious but also political purposes. It is the first piece of Islamic architecture backed by a Muslim ruler that was created as a work of art. The dome is still standing in much of its original shape and with a good portion of its original decoration. Extensive decorations from a variety of periods, including mosaics, painted wood, marble, multicolored tiles, carpets, and carved stone, covers most of the exterior and interior of the building. Abd al-Malik wanted to discourage his followers from making the pilgrimage to Mecca, so he constructed the dome in the hopes of establishing Jerusalem as the major Muslim pilgrimage destination. He placed the monument on the Haram as-Sharif, the noble sanctuary, in order to enshrine the sacred rock from which Muslims believe Muhammad made al-Isra, the miraculous night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem, and ascended to visit Allah from that point. This is also the rocky outcrop known as Mount Moriah, where, according to Jewish belief, Abraham offered his son Isaac as a sacrifice. The building actually is not a mosque, but a ciborium erected over a sacred site. Many features in this building and its surrounds that are noteworthy, but there are a few that really stand out. The extensive use of mosaics on the interior and exterior are elements that were taken from the Byzantine era. Inside, 1,280 square meters of elaborate mosaics cover the walls. Unlike the mosaics found in Ravenna that depicted images of Christ and early church leaders, the intricate patterns and geometric shapes of the mosaics replace figurative art since, according to Muslim belief, it would be impossible to represent Allah in any figurative form. Also found inside are 4 piers and 12 columns that support the massive dome, which spans 66 feet in diameter at its base. 3 columns being placed between each pair of piers. The columns are of marble, but not of a uniform size, giving evidence that they were taken from other buildings. According to information found on the domeoftherock.net, this was not uncommon in Muslim buildings of this time. They are united by arches and create an outer and inner aisle that encircles the sacred rock. The capitals are of the Corinthian order, so we see that there is still influence from early Greek architecture. It is lighted by 56 pointed windows, filled with stained glass of extraordinary brilliance and beauty. It is likely aspects like this were borrowed from nearby churches, like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The dome of the building is made of wood, covered externally with lead and internally with painted stucco. Its height is about 96 feet. The upper external walls of this octagonal building are entirely covered with tiles. Many of the 45,000 blue and gold exterior tiles were installed under Solomon the Magnificent in the 1500s. In Islamic art, blue, the color of the sky, suggests infinity, while gold represents the color of the knowledge of God. The tiles are 9.5 inches square and firmly embedded in mortar. The crowning feature, of course, is the golden dome, tipped with a golden crescent, and can be seen from far away. Although it is not a mosque, the structure is the oldest surviving Islamic building from anywhere on the planet. However, in spite of its antiquity, the architecture of the building was considerably influenced by early Christian styles, namely the Byzantine palaces and churches from the nearby areas. Today, this site remains the most highly contested piece of real estate in the world. The struggle for control of this area remains a hotbed of contention, especially between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Personally, I like to think of it as the former and future site of God's holy temple.